Well, the shrimping industry employs many people in Louisiana, and right now, many in that industry want to get the word out on two congressional bills in Washington, D.C., which will impact the seafood industry. Louisiana Congressman Charles Boustany has a proposed bill in the U.S. House that's aimed at protecting Louisiana shrimp by stopping other countries from using illegal means to sell their shrimp here. But there is a concern because of that other bill, other than the Boustany bill, that deals with the very same issue, and that's what they want you to be aware of at this hour. Kimberly Chauvin is a shrimp processor. She's owner of Blue Water Shrimp Company in Duluth. Welcome. Thank you so much for coming in. Appreciate you coming in, and thank you for bearing with us with those technical issues that we're having right now. So right now, countries exporting shrimp here, they have to, before they can get their shrimp here for someone to buy, there's a tax, a tariff on it, right?
It depends on which country it is. There was an anti-dumping case that was brought on about 10 years ago. But those countries that the tariff is on are circumventing the process.
And that's, I mean, that's a core issue. That's a core issue. Right now, that the concern is that some of these countries, instead of literally sending it directly from, say, China to here, they're finding another country to go around so that they don't have to pay that tariff?
Correct. Like China is using Malaysia at this point, taking all of their shrimp that would have been shipped here, but shipping it to Malaysia, repackaging it, and putting country of Malaysia. So that presents a huge problem for us because Malaysia was not in the anti-dumping, and the anti-dumping had everything to do with countries using cheap labor and not paralleling with American labor, because we can't work for that same wage that the Chinese people are working for in their countries. But it's not just China. There are many others that are doing it that were in that trade case. The Boustany bill actually creates provisions that we need, that the Senate bill does not have. The Senate bill is a watered-down version. If we do not get Boustany's bill, the whole bill does us no good whatsoever because it creates certain things in it.
Okay, so bottom line, you know, we love our shrimp here. It employs a lot of people here. If you don't want other countries dumping, not dumping for lack of a better word, sending their shrimp here, competing, and the shrimpers can't compete at those prices. So you've got to put something in place. He's trying to put something in place right now to make sure that if the shrimp is coming here from anywhere else, they're playing by the rules, right?
Correct.
Okay, so where's his bill right now in the process to protect the industry?
At this point, it has passed the House Ways and Means Committee, and that's as far as that I know that it's gotten at this point. I am in touch with his aide, and we are going back and forth to make sure. I have been on Facebook, Louisiana Commercial Fishermen page, and we keep people updated, and we're asking them to call Senator Vitter, Senator Cassidy, all of our delegation.
Because you don't want them supporting the Senate version, which you believe is a more watered-down bill.
Correct.
And basically the way things work in Washington, they have to compromise and agree for that final bill. And you want Louisianians to call their senators.
In support of the House version of the PROTECT Act in the Trade Enforcement Act.
What happens, you know, if something like this becomes a reality to the shrimpers in Louisiana, and it's such a watered-down bill that gets passed, it becomes law? What happens to shrimpers who are competing when you've got other countries that are circumventing the laws and getting their shrimp in here, competing with Louisiana shrimp?
Well, one, they're getting in much cheaper. They're not paying their duties to be here. Therefore, it creates a problem within the domestic industry, and prices are lower than they should be. Not only that, you're looking at all this shrimp that comes into this country, about 90% is imported. So you may think you're eating domestic product, but you need to read the labels. Reading the labels in the grocery store, asking to see the box in a restaurant. Yes, it is a lot to do, but it's needed. And
also the Boustany bill, from what you're telling me, will also make sure that there are more federal agents and customs and things like that to double check all of this. So,
yes, ma'am.
So now is the time to pick up the phone and call, and to call your Louisiana delegation and tell them which bill people want them to support. Is that what you're trying to get out?
Definitely. We need people to call into our delegation in support of the House version of the PROTECT Act in the Trade Enforcement Act.
Okay, well, thanks for coming in. This is all still very early. We'll follow this throughout Congress. And appreciate it.
Thank you.
Thank you. For now, we thank you for watching. Hopefully, everything will work out fine and all will be well by 4 o'clock. We hope you'll tune back in then for our next edition of Fox 8 News at 4.